Okay, good afternoon, folks. Hope everyone is well. It is the 19th of August. Just looking, low volume overnight. I've just been sort of trying to work out what's going on. We got a leg and a leg, two legs back. It did seem to be something like a larger channel here, but I'm not sure at the moment, so we'll just keep. So, Ionis, how you doing? Rodian, how you doing? There's been a few changes to my PA accounts, which I'll talk about in a minute when we get a few more in. So at the moment, this is a My Funded Futures account I'm trading at the moment, just one on its own. I'll explain why in a minute when we get a few more in, so I'm going to keep repeating it. So we've got a channel up here with a break, looks okay, I think. There's definitely some liquidity up here. We've had a channel down with a break, new low, so let's see, market is just open, so let's have a look, see what happens here. So leg down, so I think there's a good chance we're going to get up here. Does seem to be going sideways at the moment, but it's hard to say really, isn't it? We never quite know. So hope everyone's had a great weekend and ready for business. Okay, so we've had a leg down there. So there is a little range there. So it's hard to say. It's actually struggling to get above that EMA. Okay, so we've had a quick push down there. So maybe this is a leg and a leg. Let's have a look. That will be what I'm looking for. So if it does plan on continuing on down, so leg down. Sorry about that. So leg and a leg. So that's encouraging. The ES is pushing up. This at the moment we're still under that EMA, so I'm not planning on doing anything just at the moment. So is there a channel down there? Maybe. Hard to say. Leg and a leg. Could do again a little bit further down here, really, or at least to this level. K3, how you doing, buddy? Okay, see, at the moment, ES price is below the EMA, and ES price above the EMA, and NQ price is below the EMA. There's nothing I can see on here at the moment. This, I'm looking for two legs. There kind of is, but I'd prefer to get down a little bit more. I will talk about, some of my PAs are gone. I will talk about them in a minute. I'm okay, actually. There wasn't much left on any of them. I think there was around about an average of $300 of drawdown left. So we got two legs down and back up to the EMA. So I'm going to get an order ready just at the moment.
Order submitted.
Trouble is, we've had a break from this and we've already made a new high. We're quite close to these highs. So leg and a push up, taking out some liquidity there. See how this thing finishes. Leg.
Order cancelled.
Okay, so I looked at my accounts over the weekend, and I don't know what's happened lately. I think my discipline's gone. I took a few losses. Now, ordinarily in the past, when I took losses, that would send me on tilt. I generally don't do that now. But what I think I have been doing is just not being as disciplined, taking just poor trades, and it's got me into a little bit of a rut, I think. So I had those 10 accounts, and there was around about 250 to 350 liquidity left in them. So one and a bit trades, and I'm kind of out of it. So what I thought, I'm just going to take some risks on these accounts and see if I can't save some of them. So what I did is I went for a trade earlier. I went through them individually and just tried to get enough points to bring me out of that mess. And I went for 7.5 points, which is $750. That would put my liquidity then over $1,000. So those accounts then, it'd be a lot easier to keep them. Now, unfortunately, it worked with 3 of them instead of the 10, so I lost the 7. And I accidentally traded one of the ones that got 700, and I ended up losing it. I traded it by accident. I thought I hadn't traded that account, so I've actually got 2 of my PAs left. And I managed to get $750 on each of them. I've also got a My Funded Futures account. And this is a My Funded Futures evaluation. So if I can pass this, that'll be 4 accounts. I'm kind of I was resigned to sort of losing them. And I don't mind, if I think just because I got 10 or 20 accounts, that's it, I've cracked it. It ain't so. And I'm looking at Wilson, and I've chatted to Wilson on and off, and I think I know of at least 3 times he's lost 20 accounts. And he's killing it at the moment. He's doing really well. So it's just one of those things, but I don't mind. Actually, I've had a good weekend. I'm going to say every time I do lose them now, it doesn't hurt as much. You definitely harden up. There's nothing I could do at the moment. This thing is clearly working down, and the ES is kind of opposite at the moment, so but yeah, it's okay. I'm kind of okay, but I just need to be super I think a lot of it is to do with discipline. As I say, when I have a couple of losses now, I don't tend to go on tilt, but it does tend to affect my patience a little bit, and my discipline drops, and I take sort of some substandard trades. So I tend to be doing that now as opposed to going on tilt, which is, at least it's a step in the right direction. So I'm okay, actually. I thought I'd be absolutely gutted, but I'm not. I'm okay. I just wanted to try and get at least a couple of them that I could continue on with them and continue to grow them. Check the rule for the futures. They actually do not allow scalping. They call it micro scalping, but Max system will often affected by their rules. But that's strange. I've not heard that at all. Have you actually looked on their website, have you? Because I know Wilson's got a bunch of accounts with them. Yeah. See, depends what you mean, micro scalping. Maybe a points, I don't know, maybe a points micro scalping. I've not... So I've seen some videos. I've watched some of the videos with My Funded Futures, and I've seen people trading for a small amount. So I don't know. I'm going to have to go and have a look, but I don't know. I know Wilson's got a bunch of accounts with them, so it's a shame, really, because I actually really like them. I will look into it, because what I like about it is if you fail the evaluation, you can reset it for $50, but with 5% off, which is about $47, $47.50. And then you're back in business, and if you pass it, you haven't got to pay a fee. Not a fan. Less than 5 points is micro scalping. Crikey. I'm going to have to look into that. I am here now. Let me just have a look. just type in. Okay, I've just typed it on there. Hopefully someone oh, okay. Shit. Oh, sorry about that. I've just typed it all. And because I've put Apex, it says it come up in red. You can't post it because I'm talking about other companies. I've got to type it all again. Gave you a message about Lance. Checked it out. Be careful. They are denying parts for microscoping now. Let me just try another one. Oh, flip it out. Okay, that's allowed me to post it. Thank God for that. Okay. Sorry about that. Be aware of the 30% peer applied so negative PAs don't go crazy. Yeah, it's fine. Yeah. Okay, folks, what I did is I had my 10 accounts. Now, I had some losses lately and it's affected my discipline. Now, ordinarily, I would have gone on tilt in the past, which I generally don't do now. But my standards have dropped just with a bit of frustration. with a bit of frustration, and I've just dropped my standards a bit and taken poorer trades. It's all part of it. So I had about $300-ish, some a bit less, some a bit more on my 10p account. So one trade and I'm kind of screwed. So I decided to just take a bit of a punt and go for $750 on each profit to see if I can't get something that I can keep. I managed to do it on 3 accounts. Unfortunately, I accidentally traded another account thinking it was one I hadn't done it on yet, and I ended up losing it. So I've got 2 accounts now, two evaluation accounts. It's okay, Emma. You can scalp, but micro scalping is not allowed. Please review. The trouble is, the thing is, loads of people scalp. Anyway, so I've got two of my PA accounts. Now, I'm not too fussed. It happens. I've had a positive weekend. I'm trying to learn from it. You are back through and ready to do it again. That's the key. Yeah, I mean, if I'm looking at Wilson, I know Wilson has lost 4 lots of 20 accounts and he's flying now. So I think it's all part of it. You make these mistakes, but you know, I think as long as you learn from them, it's okay. So I've got 2 of them, and I've got one My Funded Futures account, and this evaluation I'm trading now, My Funded Futures account, which is on a few $100s at the moment. But I need to find this out. Now, the thing is, they say about micro scalping, so a lot of the times if we go for a trade and it goes sideways, we'll get out for 1 tick or break even. Now, one thing I was thinking about is some of these companies or Apex say 4 to 1 maximum. So if you can risk, say, $400 to make $100, but if I'm risking $300 and I make 1 tick, technically that's way more than 4 to 1, but I'm assuming it's not an issue. But what's the difference? As long as you make money as a trader, you can scalp, but micro scalping. So I need to find out what micro scalping is. Why not just somebody just? It's a bit frustrating, isn't it? Let's just have a quick look what it says about micro scalping. Micro scalping is a trading strategy that involves making a large number of trades with a very short period of time, aiming for minimal profit, while scalping in general is accepted. Strategy. Let me have a look. I just want to get numbers. Give me numbers. Trades typically less than 15 seconds. Aiming for profit margins less. Key characteristics of micro scalping. 5 points. Executing a large number of trades. Shorts of, well, the trouble is we don't take large trades. We only do maybe a trade or 2 a day. So trades that last a few seconds. Target very small profits, often less. The strategy relies heavily on low slippage. Trouble is, it's not very clear. Top step, no crazy rules like that. Hey, Jan, how you doing, bud? You're in as your name, are you now? I've noticed. It's a shame, really. It's stupid, really, I think. I mean, My Funded Futures have come forward with one of these new prop firms much better than this. I don't see it's a problem. Now, it says seconds, so much seconds. Yet now, okay, less than 5 points, but I suppose the only other option is if I've got the damn things, I'm going to have to just obviously try and trade in for more points, aren't I? But I don't know. I'm going to have to look in. I might have to drop a ticket with them. And trouble is, it kind of tells you, but it doesn't necessarily make it clear. High frequency trading. Okay, lots of trades. See, I don't take lots of trades. Yes, under 5 points. 5 points on NQ is very different than the ES. Yeah, you're right, actually. That's a good point. That's a really good point, actually. 5 points is nothing on the... I'd say most of my trades will be a minimum of 5 points. So maybe it'll be ES That's a good point, actually. That's a good point. NQ often scalp 15. So they're saying points. That's 3 to 4 points. 10 points NQ equal to 2 points. Okay, so if I'm going for an average of 2 points, that's 10 points on the NQ. So I think it'll be a case of trading the my funded futures on the NQ and the ES for Apex. It's all a bit. What I don't know. Why don't these companies, you know, I don't know. I can't get my words out today. So they consider. So less than 5 points. That's a really good point, actually, about that. That's a really good. What's it? They say less than 5 points. 10 points. Yeah. So 10 points NQ, 2 points. So if I go for an average of 2 points, well, I'm trying to move more into penguin style of trading, and that is more like 3 to 4 points. So I'm going to have to look into this, aren't I? So, okay, excuse me just a second, folks. Sorry about that, folks. Let's have a look. Israel, how you doing? Trades need to be 10 seconds or more, although consider microscalping you, and they will deny your payouts. Okay, so so 10 seconds or more. So that's not too bad. It's not many trades. 10 seconds really, and if I'm trading more penguin style, that's more like a couple of minutes, isn't it? So look, we need to be clear about these, don't we? It's frustrating though, really, because everything I like about them. I like the fact of paying $76, and that is it. That's for your valuation and your lifetime PA fee. And if you reset it, it goes wrong, and you reset it. It's $50. I reset one, but I got 5% off, so that knocked it down to like $47.50. And that is including the PA fee as well. So I think it's an absolute bargain. But anybody have any experience with Bullinox? It is frustrating, mate. Yeah, it is. I wish they'd just make things clear. What does it matter how you know, I understand with Alpine not trading with stops and stuff like that, because that's pure crazy. You know, for a prop firm to trade without a stop. Take profit trades working out. Yeah. I know Bullinox is another one. I think they got a 90% off at the moment, but Penguin, sorry, I just had a, yeah, so, I don't know. I'm going to have to look into it, aren't I? Okay, so what I'm going to have to do, it doesn't matter with an evaluation anyway, so, but I'm just going to have to trade the MyFunded futures on the NQ. So if an average trade is 10 points, it shouldn't be a problem. If I'm going more Penguin setups, they're going to be more than 10 seconds. I can't remember the last time we went for a trade with 10 seconds, so... But yeah, it's a bit frustrated. I wouldn't recommend Apex, Top Step and Bullinox. Bullinox, you need to trade at least every 5th day. Yeah, that's the trouble, Jan, isn't it? Some days, you know, why do they put these flipping things? People have holidays. People sometimes, you know, might take a few days off. Sometimes you'll go for a couple of days without a trade. So I wish they wouldn't put stipulations like that, because it just makes things more complicated. Do you know what I might do? I might put one of these GoFundMe and see if I can't raise $1 million. See if some rich Arab will just give me $1 million. What do you think the chances are? If I put a GoFundMe and just say I'm in desperate need of $1 million to start my trading business, can somebody please give me $1 million for free? Sometimes if you're bold and you ask for it, someone might cough up, you never know. I'm not holding my breath. But I know some of these rich Arabs over in Saudi are Dubai are absolutely loaded. Perhaps one of them might feel sorry for me and cough up. Well, that's frustrating, isn't it? Funded futures. Oh, I had so much hope for them as well. Problem is with Bullinox, everything over 50k once you pass, ridiculous. How is it really? I mean, to be honest with you, I do like Apex, I do, but I thought it was sort of prudent just to pick up another evaluation or two, just to get some experience of working with other prop firms, because you never know what might happen. Apex may go bust. I'm not saying they will. They probably won't. They could be around for donkey's years, but having all your eggs in one basket, if something does go wrong, you know, one thing I've learned over the years is you know, nothing's ever guaranteed. 50k sim out of 50 is 250 goes up a good account. Yeah, I'll tell you one other thing as well, folks. I mentioned this the other day. Don't get caught out. Apex have got this lifetime offer. $85 for the 150, 250 and 300, which sounds fantastic. But if you remember the last offer that we finished a few days ago, you only paid $40 for the actual evaluation. Now it's gone back up to its normal full price, but there will be 71% off. So you're paying like $120, $130. So just be careful you don't get caught out. I heard someone mention that in one of the Facebook groups the other day. They just... they thought it was the same. They clicked the buy, and before they realised it, he'd paid about $125. So just careful you don't get caught out by that. A few different accounts for sure. Yeah, also personal account. Yeah. I've ummed and ahed about a personal account. At the moment, I think I'm very close, but I still have that little bit of frustration where I can be a little bit too careless. So I don't think I trust myself 100% just yet. So now I've dropped these accounts. Now I've got 3 PAs, and this one's MyFunded Futures evaluation. So I just want to, yeah, I still use Guardian Angel, yeah. I've got it off at the moment because this is an evaluation. But yeah, I don't go on tilt now when I take a couple of losses, but my discipline does drop and my patience does. So I'm just focusing on that, my discipline, and only waiting for the best setbacks I can find and just thinking, forget it. If there's nothing else, then forget it. But it's okay. I'm kind of okay about it. I've been talking to my wife about it and just saying me frustrations and all this sort of stuff. I asked her what her opinions were, what she thought. And I did say to her, because I know she was a little bit fed up when I lost some of those accounts, and I just said, look, if you want me to finish, I'll do that. And she went, if there's anyone I know who could do this, she went, it's you. I'm kind of one of those guys, never give up freak types. I'll either die trying, but I did give her the option. So we got a leg down, 2 attempts to go higher, but that one is right at the lows, so I could do there. But you know, I talk to people quite often about it, and you know, everyone goes through the same thing. 1 minute you think you get these accounts and you get close. As I say, look at Wilson now; he's flying. But I know for a fact he's lost 3 lots of 20 accounts. So I know he's gone through the same stuff. You should do a live account and start the MES. Trouble is with MES, 1, you've got the fees, and 2, what I like is to have enough there so I've got enough pressure to be disciplined. And the trouble is sometimes when you're doing the MES and you're risking, like, I don't know, $5 or $10 or $15, I just don't think you're going to have enough patience. That's probably not the right word, actually, because you're a bit ignorant if you don't. But I've spoken to people about that, and some people said, "Oh, I tried it, and it seemed like it was going to take forever and that." But I think I like one contract and go for more penguin style. So I've got it's more of a 1-to-1. I've been watching a lot of his videos over the weekend. A lot of his trading makes so much sense. It really does. And like you say, a live account. Sorry, mate. I didn't read your comments. You said a live account, didn't you? I thought it was on about with the what's-its. I've got some money if I want to. What I wanted to do really was to take a bunch of these accounts. The most I've ever taken out in one go is $4,000 at 2 accounts. I just wanted to do it a little bit more because I've lost a little bit of trust in myself in the last sort of week or 2. I seem to have got a little bit careless, and it frustrated me a bit. But I processed it over the weekend. And I had a good think about it. And what I tend to do now is not beat myself up. I make sure I process it. I put steps in place, make plans to start fresh, and then I come back with a renewed sense of looking for a challenge again. And I'm also starting to journal as well. Write down how I felt about trades, what I think I'm doing at the moment, where I think my emotions are, where I think my discipline level is. But I seem to have this. I went for about a month of having really good, solid discipline. Everything was working fine, and it seemed to change when I dropped down to 1 contract because I was going for what I found is when I was doing 2 contracts, I was coming out some of my trades early, and I think that was just probably moving up to 10 accounts. But the trouble is, once you get a few little hiccups, it can stir you up a little bit inside, and you can be a little bit frustrated. So, but if I look at the various different levels that I've been on in my journey, I'm still moving forward, and I think that's important. As long as you're moving forward and you're learning, I think that's fine. It's okay to make mistakes. It's okay to do silly things sometimes, but as long as you're learning and moving forward, and you look, I try and look at this as a business and something serious that I can't muck up. Sorry about that. So, yeah, that's a good point you said, K3 earlier. There's a big difference between the ES and the NQ. Like I say, it's 5 times the amount of points. Just don't know what. So, what is going on at the moment? Let me have a look at this. So, this one I'm trading now is evaluation anyway, so I don't think it really matters. You can do whatever you want with evaluations, can't you? Will I ever do a live account? I think it's a natural progression at some point. I don't feel that I'm quite there yet. Let's say 10 consistent, earning regular money, are able to hold things. I'm probably a 7 at the moment, so I'm not far away, but I just want to wait till I'm confident that, because as I say, the odd loss I've been having is affecting my discipline a little bit. Whereas it used to send me on tilt, it doesn't anymore. So I've moved up to that next level, but I'm still not confident about doing my own account just yet. I want to be sort of sensible about it, and I want to make sure I'm ready for it. So this isn't really doing much at the moment, is it? Now, I know we slip sometimes and we make mistakes. I just want some consistency enough to get some accounts up to a pay level. What I like about My Funny Future as well is I had a little issue the other day, and you can have live chat with them there and then, so you haven't got to send them a message and wait for 2 days to get an answer. You can chat with them live. I like that. So I want a little bit of clarification. When you say 5 points, does it matter what you're trading? If I'm trading NQ, does that stand? I don't know why. I don't see what the problem is with scalping. If you can trade and you're good at what you do, does it really matter? I mean, if you look at like Thomas Wade and all those lot there that trade in they all scalp. So I think it's quite popular. Right, so the NQ at the moment really is just chopping up and down, so there's nothing here really. This, we've had a kind of a break. We've made a new high, and I think this is more going sideways. And the only thing I hate is the payout cap. My Funny Futures. Yeah. It's, what is it? I think you're limited, aren't you? Limited to something like 1,250 until you earn over 6,000, something like that, and then they put you onto. Yeah, I know what you're saying. I just wanted something else. I didn't want to be a be-all and end-all with Apex, because you never quite know how long these companies are. Yeah, I agree with you, mate. Yeah, absolutely. I forget who it was I saw, but he was a well-known trader that says newbies, when you're coming into trading, you shouldn't scalp. So I agree with that. The trouble is with scalping, as opposed to more of a swing trade or something that may last, I don't know, 30 minutes or an hour. Obviously, the quicker the moving, the more the emotions, and as a new trader, you're just not equipped to be able to deal with those emotions. So sort of set and forget. Now, when I first started learning to trade, we would put a trade in and it could be running for a couple of hours. And I kind of liked it. You could switch your machine off. You didn't have to sit there. So, and obviously, as we know, scalping it's quite intense, isn't it, at times? You know, it's kind of on the edge of your seat times. I mean, I've had times where I've been grinding my teeth. You know what I mean? It is quite stressful, isn't it? I would like to find a nice strategy to learn. to more swing trade as well, because it'd be nice to have a little bit of both. iFund Futures just scored. It says if 56% of trades are microscalping, they won't pay. Yeah, so I think it would be sensible, by the sounds of things, to trade that on the NQ. Because the NQ, like as somebody mentioned, 2 points on the ES is about the equivalent of 10 points on the NQ. I have been looking a little bit about what do they call it, ICT. But the trouble is, you start to read about these things, and you know there is a girl on the internet, I forget her name now. She trades it. Seems to do okay out of it. But then you've got iMan, who made a video about him saying he was a fraud. So, what do you do? I know I've spoken to Chris Childers once or twice, who works at Apex. Because he used to trade, was it Simplicity or Apex Sniper System, and he's moved on to ICT now, whatever it's called. And also Shilan Wintras as well. Yeah, I'm starting to believe maybe it's just not the. Well, I have heard people saying it's very rarely the strategy, it's more the trader, and I probably tend to agree with that. You know, you need to build up years of gut feeling. Yeah, you certainly do there. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I am veering more towards Penguin. I like the fact that there's a little bit more time to think and plan. For instance, 2 legs back here. If you're going to take a trade, I know a lot of cases he'll wait for it to push up. So you've got a little bit of time to think. You don't get trapped as much. I mean, we've all been in trades where you buy it, triggers you want, it comes down and stop you out. Nothing more frustrating than that. It doesn't happen to me as much as it used to, but it is frustrating when it happens, because you know they're after the traders, the sort of inexperienced traders who tend to get trapped more than anybody else, and it is a little bit frustrating. So I am leaning more towards Penguin style. If anybody watched his video a few days ago, he said he started scalping with Mac, but he just found he couldn't do it for whatever reason, I don't know. But I mean, if anybody's listened to him to talk about the charts, very knowledgeable. He's very good at what he does. I've heard somebody talk about him as a borderline genius, but no, I see tree shade. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean everything's losing trades. There's losing trades. Yeah, you just can't avoid them, can you? I know people like Mac. They might be very few and far between. Well, we think they are. Now, I've heard people say Mac takes very few losses, but I suppose when you've been trading one chart every single day for the last sort of 28 years, you are going to have a lot less losses. But I'm at the level now where when I take a loss or two, I used to go on tilt. Now I tend to find my patience goes a little bit. So I've gone from going on tilt to losing a bit of patience. So I think what I'm aiming to work on now, it is a process you have to go through, and I don't necessarily think you can jump the queue. You just have to take the process as it comes to you. But I think it's certainly good to work, and I don't worry so much about going on tilt. When I say tilt, I mean uncontrolled, jumping in randomly like I used to do, where your heart's beating like the clappers, and you're in and out scrappily after a point or two. But I do find when I have a loss or two, it affects my patience. I can feel that urge to try and get it back. So that's what I'm kind of working on now. I'm, going to try and give myself a little bit of time to breathe and just process it. When these things happen, you have to process them. And I think you can get a lot out of processing it if you do it right. I think it's a case of understanding what's happening. I used to beat myself up. Trouble is, when you do that, you don't really do yourself any favours, because as soon as you jump back in front of the charts, you're angry and frustrated, and that's a recipe for disaster. So I think it's good to process it and then understand what's happening, appreciate the fact that you're a human being and you're learning a process, you're going through a process. And then I think what I try and do is try and get something positive out of it, so I have a nice positive feeling when I come back to the charts. Trading better, NQ scalping pure on gut feeling. I tell you what, there's a lot to be said for gut feeling. I think as you get more experienced, how many times do we say, this is going up, it's going to bounce here and going up, but we don't take anything because we haven't got a signal bar? I think you're right. Someone said to me once, instead of doing what you think Mac would do, why don't you think what you would do? And I think there's a lot there's a lot of good points there. So I think you're right, bud. It is about telling you what your gut feeling, because when we see these charts, our gut's telling us when we have a couple of legs back, it's going to retest this. So definitely experience. It is that feeling, isn't it? Like in most jobs, it's your gut, isn't it, that says, I shouldn't do it this way, or... But yeah, I agree. I think that's a good point. There has to be a certain amount of gut feeling. Because I think my gut tends to keep me out of trades. I tend to have that, I don't like this, I've been trapped here before, and something rings that little alarm bell in your head. So for me now, really, it's just a case of concentrating on discipline now. Just keeping it in my mind that you don't need a load of trades. 2-3 good trades a week will give you a lot of money. So to me now, this is starting to look like a range. We've bounced here a few times, a little bit of a breakout there, and it failed pretty quickly. Trading MES5 contracts using trade on a Mac seems to be working very good. Are you using any type of you're actually trading it genuine on a Mac? Because I started with a Mac. I had an older sort of 2015 MacBook Pro, and I had to install Windows on it at the time to make it work. But I'm pretty sure I've heard somewhere. Parallels, okay, yeah. Yeah, well, don't get me wrong. I moved over to Mac around about 2012, I think. I bought a Mac Mini because back then, not so much now, but back then, I was just sick of everything crashing all the time on Windows. But what I will say is I've had this computer that I built now, this Windows computer that I built when I started trading, and I think it's crashed once in 3.5 years. But I do love Macs. I'm a bit of an Apple person, actually. I've got an Apple Watch Ultra. I got an Apple phone. We got we got one MacBook in the house. We got a Mac Mini downstairs in the kitchen, which we tend to watch TV through. TM, which is like open source version. I got you. I'm sure I read somewhere that is there an internet-based version of it? I'm not sure. Or am I thinking of something different? But trading's not easy. Do you know, strangely enough, I kind of like that. I don't want to do something that's easy. I really want to succeed at something very few people can do, because you get a kick out of it. I like to, do you know something? Do you remember that guy who used to come on here once in a while? He was, I think, Nick Sesto nicknamed him Money Max 355 or something like that. Somebody warned me about him once. I mentioned it, and I think what he does is he contacts you, or however, and says, you got this wrong, you got that wrong, I can help you. Pay X amount of money to join my Discord, I think. And he started coming here all the time saying you've got all your charts wrong, and I'm thinking they're exactly the same as Max. I've been doing it long enough to know whether my charts are wrong. And he kept coming on here and saying stuff, and in the end I had to stop the comments. So I've had the comments off now for about 3 months. I decided to put them back on last week, and the first time I did, he jumped in and made a comment. I had 3 good setups on my MS 950 chart yesterday. Today, all winners. But only one I had a runner on, gave me some extra points. Good on you, mate. Is it me, or does this volume look low today? Why is this volume so low? Market's been open for 50 minutes. I'm going to have to talk to these, aren't they? Because the frustrating thing is I've put something on my screen here just to let people know, but I don't want people paying for them if they're going to get in trouble scalping. So I'm going to message him later, and if that's the case, I'll take that off, because I don't want people. I don't encourage people to. So open accounts. Let's have a look. So I've got the Discord up here. Everything about them was looking good. I love the fact that you could live message them and get an answer like that. I think they're going to do themselves out of a lot of business if they don't allow scalping. I can't think of a reason why somebody wouldn't allow people to scalp. It's a popular way of trading. They are very friendly and polite on the Discord as well. You've got mods on here who answer nice and quickly, and they're nice and friendly as well. I like that. They're quite happy to answer. Administrate drawing tool is superior to all other trading software in my opinion, but like Quantower a lot too. Yeah, I did download it. I've had to play around with it once or twice. Yeah, a guy called Dave has just said, open a support ticket on the website and escalate this further for further assistance on the microscalping rule. I don't mind. I've not got a problem with trading it on the NQ if that's the case. If I've already got one of them and possibly a second in the pipeline, I don't want to waste them. Hopefully if enough people pester them, then they may, maybe they'll do something. This is not the easiest chart to trade today, is it? Let's have a look. I think it's safe to say we're definitely going sideways. There's no argument there. I like NinjaTrader. It's the simplicity of it. I got to say, when you're used to NinjaTrader and you move on to Quantower or have a go at Quantower, it boggles your mind. I got to say, it took me ages to get a chart to open. NinjaTrader is very simple. It's very self-explanatory. You can be pretty much up and running within half an hour. Well, setting your chart up takes a little bit of time, but everything's pretty self-explanatory. It's certainly one of the easier platforms I would have suggested to use. So channel down there. Maybe with the break. Break new low bounce there. It seems to be bouncing somewhere. CR chart probably best, is it really? A lot of work to configure. Yeah. The trouble is, I've been using NinjaTrader now for. What I like about it is I've got this guy. I haven't got it working now, Guardian Angel Trader, because this is just an evaluation. This one. But I mean, I've been using NinjaTrader now for over 3 years, more or less every day. So you do get used to it. Something. Yeah, they're quite a friendly bunch, my fellow futures. So channel break, new high. Good thing. Multiple rhythmic connections. Yeah. Yeah. It is a pain there. You have to kind of switch your credentials from one to the other. It's a bit of a ball ache. I did it the other day on something and I thought this is a pain in the arse. But what I like about this is with my funded futures, you can trade on Tradeovate, and then it's dead simple. You can have both up at the same time. I've got my funded futures open at the moment, but I can have Rhythmic alongside it and trade them both. That's what I like about Tradeovate. But yeah, it would be nice to have multiple accounts on. I don't see why it can't be done. It doesn't strike me as something that would be difficult to do. See, up until recently, I was only aware you could trade multiple prop firms on Quantower, and that may be the case to a degree. But if you do have Tradeovate and Rhythmic at the same time, you can trade that over. I think whether most prop firms use both, I don't know, but I know my funded futures does. So that's the beauty of trading Apex and my funded futures at the same time. You got that benefit to be able to do that. Mark. Sorry, Mark, I missed a couple of your comments there, bud. NinjaTrader 8 feels like software from 15 years. Yeah, it kind of does. It's kind of very basic, isn't it? But I think that's useful if you're coming into the market, you know, maybe as a relatively newbie. I mean, compared to Quantower, it is a lot more simple. But yeah, I know what you're saying. It is it's quite basic, isn't it? You can Tradeovate with Apex. Yeah, absolutely. It's trying, you can copy between the two. Yeah. I mean, I can trade both at the same time, My Funny Futures and Apex. My Funny Futures on Tradeovate, and Apex obviously on Rhythmic. I can trade them, I can copy them exactly the same. Video, I'm now trading Apex, Tradeovate, and Top Step Rhythmic at the same time. Good on you, mate. Good on you, I'm pleased. Well done. Apex, Tradeovate, Top Step. So, would you, someone else mentioned Top Step? Yeah, choose the Apex copy. Yeah, that's the only difference. I don't. I did buy it, maybe a year and a half, 2 years ago, but I had problems with it straight away. Now I know they've updated it, but fortunately, Flowbots contacted me and asked me if I would be interested in having a free copy of Replicanto, and if I put a little advertisement for them, which I was pleased to do. I was looking at it, so that saved me a little bit of money. That's the thing when you're on YouTube, you do get contacted by, I'd say every week somebody contacts you, but most of it is not relevant to any of you guys. I get a lot of people who start new platforms, and I'm thinking I can't tell someone on my Discord this is a new platform, give it a go. Most people have been with their own platform for a while and they tend to prefer it. So they asked me if I wanted to give it a go. Why? I've been trading this now for over 3 years. Why would you? So you do get people offering you money for stuff. In fact, someone offered me money to plug a cryptocurrency, and I flat right said no. Or I would get some of this cryptocurrency. I don't know what it said, but there's not many cons out there, isn't there? I'm not taking money to fill someone full of crap. No. Is there something larger here? There may be a bit of a spike in channel, but so we've got a channel with a break, 2 pushes up to a new low. Now this is interesting. Now I am moving more on to
order submitted.
Penguin, but this is an evaluation at the moment, so I don't mind.
Order filled.
I don't mind going for something like this. Channel with a break, 2 pushes up to a new high. We've broken above all this, so I don't mind being a little bit more risky. 1, 2, 3 pushes up, channel break, 2 pushes to a new high. So what I like about My Funny Futures is I can drop that down here. It doesn't matter whether it comes down, goes up, comes down, goes up. Doesn't affect your drawdown. So I might hold on to this. Certainly down to maybe there. See what happens. Let's see if it works. Channel break, 1, 2 pushes up to a new high. We've broken above this, not that bit. We've broken above this, that. So I don't think that's that bad. It's not the type of trade I would normally take on a PA, but as this is an evaluation, I don't mind the risk. This feels like it's reaching to break. Maybe. Yeah. As I say, I don't normally pick tops and bottoms. I'm not particularly good at them, but As this is an evaluation, I don't mind, but we have had a channel the break 2 pushes too high. We've broken above this with a big bearish bar, so I don't think this is that bad. So where's this going to come to if it does continue down? We are going sideways, aren't we? Be nice if this finished bearish, because that would be a lower high there. Come on, close down. As I say, this is just a my fun of futures evaluation that I reset. I've got one pass which I'm not traded yet, and the two PAs that I got $750 on both. I'm not trading them today because that would take me over that 30% rule. So those two can just sit there tomorrow. So I'm just going to play around with this today. So it just might mean that I'll have to trade on the NQ for those my fun of futures accounts, which is fine. I want that to come down and break below there, really. I have this one channel, and this is the break currently. Yeah, I mean, from what it's looking like, it's clearly going sideways at the moment. We have got a channel with a break, and usually when we have a break, we make a new high, which we have, and we've done it in the way of 1-2 pushes up and a big bearish bar, which is triggered above there, which I like. It's also taken out any liquidity here, which I like. So this is the type of trade that I would have said would have worked. But as I say, it's not one of my strong points, picking tops and bottoms. As I say, I wouldn't have had a go at that on a PA account. I may have had a go at a failure, but I am slowly moving over to more penguin. But as this is an evaluation, I would think that would possibly work. It's ringing all the right bells, isn't it? Channel break, 2 pushes to a new high, big bearish bar. I think it's always good when it traps a big bull bar like that as well. We're at the top. 1, 2, 3. This is the 4th time we've been up here. We've taken out any liquidity that maybe sat above there, and there a bit. That there we haven't, but I'm not too fussed about that, so we'll see. Possible failure here. I like the fact that that bull bar's triggered. Now, that is not a place I would want to buy that far from the EMA, so I would like to say that is more likely going to get stopped out. That's my guess. Now, it could rocket up, but that to me is a second entry long, or whatever you want to call it, which is triggered, so I would not expect that to work. In which case, I think that'll break below there. If it does, this will likely get down to the EMA. There may be some liquidity there. There'll be some there, so we'll see. But it just goes to show you do change and develop. They used to scare the hell out of me evaluations. I don't even bat an eyelid now. It feels like trading a 7 this to me, really. Okay, so that is very likely going to get stopped out. It ain't going to trigger it by 1 tick and start working backwards if it was going to be that. If it was going to do that. So nice failure there. So I think there's a good chance it's going to come lower now. Stop that out. There'll be some more there possibly. Definitely down here. So I think this has got a good chance of coming down here now. We're through the EMA on the NQ, which is good. Channel break, new high, leg down through the EMA. So this does come close. I'm going to move that stop a bit. I don't mind on an evaluation because it may just pick that off and come down. This is interesting. Possible failure here as well on the NQ. Big bullish bar. It's triggered above it. That's encouraging. If that comes down here, this will follow it, I think. Come on, push down on the NQ. Come on, not enough. Not enough. Okay, so leg and a leg. This may push up a bit. Let's have a look. Come on, push down. Take that stop out there. No, this is just an evaluation, bud. This is... on account top step. I think I've done a good job making the platform top step. Let's have a look at that. I'm going more on gut feeling here rather than just want that. What I like about this is there's like a second entry. Well, no, maybe not, but big bullish bar there, which is triggered. So I think there's a good chance it's going to come down here. Has anyone tried tick data on trading view? Any comments? No. You're done for the day. Yeah, you take it easy, bud.
Stop filled.
Okay, this is interesting. Lag and a lag. Higher low.
Order filled.
Push up. Come on. Come on.
Stop filled.
Higher low. Oh.
Order submitted. Order filled.
Not sure about this one.
Target filled.
No. So look. Well, there's something larger there, I wonder. There is a failure there. Like down.
Order filled.
failure there. It's got to take out those tops, surely. Maybe a second leg here. Leg.
Target filled.
Okay, that was a bit better. There's going to be shorts in there, isn't there? Second entry short coming off the tops. So 2 legs down. Okay, let's see what happens here. There may be a larger channel there. Yeah, I might have to look into top step, I think. I will drop a message and find out about this scalping rule. It's a shame really, because scalping is quite popular. If it's over 5 points or 10 seconds, I can't see that being a problem if you trade in the NQ. Especially when you're trading 1 to 2 trades a day. They consider it high frequency trading as part of scalping. It's gone slow, isn't it? Yeah, volumes. I wonder why volume's so low. This is not normal, this. Market's been open an hour and a half. And this is really low. I mean, we've just had that. It's very low volume, that is. Okay, so it does look like there may be another leg up here. It's hard to say because we've had a leg and a leg, although this second leg be broken above here. That to me looks like a trap, I'd say personally. That far from the MA, sometimes you just never know. So it'd be nice to get another leg. If we can get 2 legs down and maybe bounce here, leg up, 2 attempts to go lower. Let's see. So give take profit. Have 3 resets for a pro account, and they do instant 1-day payouts. That's interesting. Just take a photo of that. I'll have a look later. Take profit. Interesting. In fact, I did open a Facebook group the other day for prop firms with a few codes and stuff on it. The return what you pay for an EVAR in your first payout. Take Profit Trader, they have good promotions. I'll have to have a look at that. How are you, Karina? Take Profit. I definitely will use my evening tonight. I'll usually have an hour in front of the computer tonight. I'll have a look at them for sure. So, let's see what's going on. So I need a couple of legs now. Leg. And another one. To go long. Leg. Two attempts to go lower. Followed by a failure. Yeah, that trade I took Friday and got out of that one there. Penguin style trade. He took it and it worked. I got in it, and when it started to come back, I know. I don't remember. Like, was it there? Was it here? Was it there? I think it was there. Yeah, I think I took it. It came back, didn't it? Yeah. I can't remember. I'm pretty sure it was here. I took it, then got out of it, and then it worked. Penguin actually took it. I wish I knew his name rather than calling him Penguin. Okay, no entry there really. Maybe a triple test here, so we may get another leg down after all. Yeah, I started a Facebook page the other day, Facebook group, sorry, with some promotion stuff on there as well, and also free open dialogue. So the trouble is, with some of the other Facebook groups, as soon as you mention something negative, they block it. It'd be nice to have somewhere where people just more or less let you say whatever you want, obviously within reason, as long as you're not bullying anybody or anything like that. Trouble is, some people have got airs. They say something and then they just block them, and we kind of need somewhere really that that people can say what they want if they got an issues with some prop firms without actually getting it blocked. If anybody is interested, I'll show you. Facebook, there it is. That one. If anybody is interested, the prop funded trade discount supports open chat. So if anybody wants, if anybody's got any beefs with some with any accounts, sorry, with any prop firms, you can say what you want. As long as it's polite and you're not bullying anybody or anything like that, there's, you say whatever you want. I'm not going to block anything. So if anybody's got any beefs with any prop firms, so it's the prop funded trader. Nice to have somewhere where people don't sort of police what you say. Ben, well done, approved, excellent. Yeah. If you got any beefs with any of the prop firms out there, I will not block whatever you want to say. It's only small at the moment. There's only half a dozen, but hopefully it'll build up. You're welcome, Ben. But I know sometimes I've said stuff before and it's been blocked. And there's nothing more frustrating when I'm just being honest. Another one there. When you're being honest and someone blocks, there's nothing worse. You know, we're not living in a police state here, are we? People have the right to, you know, air the what's this. As long as it's, you know, you're not nasty. But if you've got issues with something, you should be able to say something. So we do need something somewhere, really. You guys as well want to chat trading or whatever, talk about whatever you want. Really surprised how little volume there is today. That is it. I can't really think why. Quick question. Is anybody having trouble getting the news up here again? I'm pretty sure there was a couple of people mentioned it last week. For some reason, do you have a link to your Facebook page? I'm not really sure how to get one, to be fair, mate. Let me have a look. I'm not the most tech-savvy person. It took me off all night to... let me have a look. How do I get a link? Invite. Share. Hold on a minute. This might work. Copy link. Okay, let's see if this works. Paste. There you go. There it is. Beautiful. So there is what's it's on there as well. See, what I do is usually whenever we get new offers on, I'll make a video. But it takes time and I'm crap at it. I'm not really a video person, but it's easy just to put it on there. And you guys can talk about whatever you want. And if you've got any issues with any prop firms or whatever you want to say, there's just nothing more frustrating than wanting to have your say and someone blocks it. It's just frustrating. You now have 7 members. Excellent. Happy days. I've said stuff before on Shellan Winters and he's blocked it, and I've said stuff before on Chris Childers as well, and it's been blocked. And I haven't been nasty, I've just been polite. But I'm just... Some of these things need talking about, and I don't believe if you say something about a company, as long as it's friendly and polite, you should have stuff blocked. And it's like it started doing that. It started. There we go. It started doing the what was it? The Discord as well. They started saying if people put negative stuff on, even negative emojis, they block you and possibly take your money there. I really don't see that as kind of fair. Yeah, exactly. No, you should be able to say, as long as you're friendly. I am coming in as well. Hello, Speedy. How you doing, mate? How you doing, bud? In this group, can I? Yeah, of course you can, mate. There's that link there. But yeah, as long as you're being polite and you're not slagging people off, loads of swear words and all this sort of stuff, you should be able to say what you want. But even if you're putting negative emojis on there, how can you block somebody for putting negative emojis? That's just a little bit daft, that, isn't it? I am having a birthday today. Happy birthday, mate. How old are you? Going to tell us? 10 on the market, and I'm good. Good on you, mate. Happy birthday, bud. $32. You're just a baby. You're no baby, mate. 32. You're just a baby. Happy birthday, mate. That's a good age, 32. That's not a bad age at all, that is. The way I found it, is I started to feel old when footballers will consider your age time to retire. I think is once a footballer it's 30, they retire, and that kind of makes you feel older. Well, I said they're a little bit older now. Mind you, England have still got a bowler who's in his early 40s. So, but yeah, it is bad, isn't it, when people are in their 30s, 33, 34, 35, and they're talking about retiring from football. It doesn't make you feel old, does it? I'd sing to you, mate, but I haven't got the best singing voice. I make babies cry, mate. I do my voice. Why is this volume so low? What was I saying? Okay, that was it. I knew there was something on my mind. For some reason, I am not getting this news coming up. Is anybody else getting that problem? If I go into settings, I don't know what's doing it. I've tried resetting it, shutting it down. That one there. Add. When I add it, I get a massive list of stuff. But as soon as I stop the low impact, it disappears. Oh. Now it's making me look stupid. Unless it's been sorted out. Let me have a look. I usually get rid of all news as well, apart from the US. Now this will get rid of it. Yeah, see? Why is it? It's just completely disappearing. I don't know why it does that. There was medium impact news today, wasn't there? I'm sure there was. Unless I've got it set. Show only today. Enable country filter. No, it's just disappearing for some reason. I don't know why. It's working fine. My end. It didn't Friday, yeah. Let's try it again. Let's remove it. It's still not working. Yeah, I don't know why. Because we got that from Mac, didn't we? So whether he's saying you guys ain't using it now unless you're paying the money. Let's try again. As soon as I start making changes, it's not even coming up now, look. Nothing. It came up a minute ago with everything on. Yeah, I'm not sure why that's doing that. Got other news on here. There's that other one, that JT something news. I might have to just stick with that for now, but I prefer this one actually. I don't know why it's doing it. I have been right-clicking Ninja Script and that doesn't seem to make a difference. That one works, but I'm not a massive fan of the format of it. Just double-click it. Apply. No, it's not even come up at all now. I'll just have to do it the old-fashioned way and make sure I have a look. This volume is horrendous. Look at that, is it? Market's been open nearly 2 hours. Anybody know why volume's low? This is the lowest it's been for a long time. In August and everyone, yeah, maybe. We haven't really had a good summer in the UK. It's been blooming horrendous. August summer trading, yeah, probably. It does tend to pick up September. I'm just trying to think last year. Yeah, it was bad actually, wasn't it? In fact, there wasn't many setups this time last year because I know everyone was saying September when everyone comes back to work, it'll pick up, and it didn't really. I haven't had a holiday this year. Been out about a week or two, week underway. That's about it. So, there's nothing to trade here just at the moment. So, channel, I think that channel looks okay to me. So this is kind of first break. Excuse me, just a second. I'm just going to quick bathroom break. I'll be a second. Sorry about that. Okay. Now, do we consider that a leg and a leg? That could potentially be a hidden second entry long, but that's one bounce. That's two bounces. So nothing just at the moment. I prefer three, really. A triple test then interests me. So it kind of looks like two little, in fact, no, maybe it isn't. It kind of looks like a little leg, sideways of a leg, but I don't think it is. Yeah, that kind of looks like just a leg, I think. So it's going to be a triple test, really, if anything gets me going long here. So channel looks like a small break. Can you with top step? Can you use trade evade with top step? It's got to be something to train them the same. It's got to be something alternative to rhythmic. Higher low there, but there's a channel down there with a break. So there is a possibility we could break low in that, or at least have another attempt. I would prefer a triple test before I even consider going long, because if we've had a break somewhere, there is a possibility that there may have been a small break here or here. It's hard to say sometimes. Sure about that. So I'd rather sit tight going, thinking about going long here with at least having a triple test or a new low, or maybe another leg. Top step was trade, brilliant. That makes life easier. I believe they have their own platform as well you can use, can't they? It's called Top Step X or something. I think they've been around one of the longest ones. In fact, I remember asking the CEO a question. He was on some sort of YouTube channel being interviewed, and I asked him, what could you give us that Apex couldn't? I can't remember what he said now, to be honest with you. But he seemed a pleasant enough guy. I'm hoping Apex have got updates for us soon. I'm pretty sure they're working on updating something. I know we had those votes we could do a while back, and they stopped trading, didn't they, over the weekend? You couldn't get to your accounts over the weekend. They were updating, so I'm pretty sure they're going to come out with some sort of new gizmos and gadgets to try and excite us. They haven't done it for a while. They usually do, so I'm guessing they're working hard on trying to improve some things. I know quite a few people are still waiting a long time for their payouts to get confirmed and to be paid out. I think a few people are doing that, and that's got to be frustrating. You've done your work, you've put your hours in, you paid your money, you should really get paid on time. So I think Apex have had a few hiccups with that, so I'm hoping they're putting steps into place so people get paid a bit quicker. Okay, so we've had a channel down there with a little break. I can't see anything else bar that little channel there, so it's just carrying on up. There is a higher low there, but you could consider that a triple test. But with that channel, I prefer to at least give it a chance to make a new low. But that thing just took off. At least that ATR's back to normal now. It's been, a week ago. This time last week, it was floating around the 6 and 8, wasn't it? I'm hoping the currency are taking a bit of a drop at the moment. Bitcoin is around about 58,500. I'm hoping it comes down a bit more. I want to pick up some more Solana. Okay, so leg down, first attempt to go lower. Hopefully this might be a second attempt. So there is a failure there, but that to me is too far for that EMA. And that would mean going long into this. So I'd like to see another at least attempt to come down. I consider that one move, that one move. 1, 2, 3, triple test down here. You could say that's triple test, but to me that's just one move really and a quick bounce on the way up. But that's a bounce, that's a bounce. So nice to come down a little bit. That to me is a little bit of a weak. Let's have a look here. So we've got leg and leg, leg and leg. Okay, leg and a leg. Now there is a possibility that we may have had a small break here. I'm not sure. Let's have a look. Get a few more faces. Lovely, lovely. Let's have a look. It's hard to say here. I actually, if I squeeze it, sometimes if you squeeze it together, it looks better. So we got a leg and a leg. Yawning away. Sorry about that. Okay, so Thomas Wade has got it as not having a break. There is a higher low there on there.
Order filled.
Oh, I'll go with that. God, the risks are bloody high on the NQ. Something about this I don't like. I'm going to give it a chance to just trigger that and I'll get out of this, I think.
Target filled.
See, I wouldn't go long here because we're right at the top. So I'm not sure whether it's going to trigger this and trap it leg and a leg. Just something I don't like about it. Channel down, 2 attempts to push higher. This thing could come down. Yeah, we've already made a new high here, see, so I don't know how much higher this is going to go. We've had a break, 2 pushes up to a new high, so technically this is played out. It's a big-ass bar, that is. I didn't realise how big that was. It's $1,000 there. I'm not risking that, even if though it is an evaluation, that would cause me problems. In fact, you know what, folks? I'm going to knock it on the head there, actually. I'm bored, I am. This is so slow today. It's very little volume, isn't it? I'm going to go downstairs, start dinner, I think. Play all night tonight. Okay, I'm going to leave it there, folks. So it's been nice talking to you. Happy birthday, Speedy. 32. I remember when I was 32. In fact, I got married at 32. Just over 20 years ago. Oh, time flies. How many contracts do you trade? On this evaluation, mate, I'm just trading 3 contracts. But I'm not used to trading the NQ, to be honest with you. Now, obviously on a PA, I'd only trade 1, but I had a feeling this may do something like this. So, but I've got my Funded Futures live account. I've got 2 PA accounts, which I managed to save from Apex, which now about $1,100-$1,200 away from drawdown on those. The rest were just too close. And this is an evaluation. I just wanted this one just to make 4, so I got 2 in each. So I don't mind trading a little, risking a bit more on an evaluation. What I like about my Funded Futures, if you have a $1,200 loss, they block you for the rest of the day, so you've got to trade for 2 days. I kind of like the way it stops you just knackering it all in one go. So, but yeah, I mean, we've got a break, 2 attempts to push higher. If this goes through that EMA, I would consider this as coming down. This would be sort of like a penguin style trade with a break, 2 attempts to push higher. If that rushes through the EMA, I think then this will come down. But I just don't want to go long, not for $1,000, because we're already at the top. You're welcome, mate. We're already at the tops here anyway, so I wouldn't want to go long here. So I'd rather take that off the table there anyway. So there you go, folks. Monday, another day, another dollar, as they say. So I appreciate all your comments. Have a great day. Best of luck if you carry on trading. And I'll catch up with all you guys tomorrow. Have a great evening. Stay safe. We'll do it all again tomorrow. Bye for now.